Okay. Okay. So now we're carrying on from this one here. You hear that? You hear that, Paul? That's the sound of snow falling, or that's the sound of Snow White falling, or that's the sound of Alma falling. In love with the idea of potentially becoming the mother of all creation. I mean, who wouldn't, right? So, but at the same time, it's referring to hopefully that family falling, who can convince the other people in that Israeli location to also fall in love with the idea of what I'm trying to teach you guys. So Selena here, I believe she's from Mexico. I'm not 100% certain, but I think she's Mexican in descent, which means she's from Mexico. So I could fall in love. Um, it's referring to Alma, her family, and the Israelite people falling in love. So she has a chance to fall in love with becoming the new mother of all creation. But to do that, she has to first fall in love with the concept of being with a Native American, but also fall in love with the concept of following spirituality. So that song has so many layers to it. So the one could be specific for her falling in love with the idea of becoming a new mother of all creation by entertaining the idea of being with me, a much younger version of me, I might add, who's going to be 22. Um, if these other four ladies reject me, that's the one meaning. But because she's a representation of a new mother creator for your race of people, it's a representation also of you guys. I'm going to say specifically the females, um, you know, who could fall in love with a mother creator. They're like, I could fall in love with the concept of that guy being my father and Alma being the mother. I think I could fall in love with that. So it's a representation of the females who might be able to sway the males of Israel to also jump on board. So the song is basically coming from a female's perspective. So therefore, you want to look at it from a female perspective because it's not really about a guy. The guys of that people falling in love with me. So it has to come from a female's perspective. So if I can convince the Versano family to fall in love with the concept of allowing one of theirs to fall in love with me as a new mother creator, then the females could fall in love with that concept and maybe, just maybe, persuade your brethren to accept this new path. So that song, because Selena's from Mexico, is connected to Glenn Morrison. Goodbye. Um, so you want to look for Glenn Morrison, Goodbye, which says goodbye, and it starts to snow in the streets of Mexico. So you wouldn't know that snow is connected to Snow White or Gal Gadot or Elma Barsano. And you wouldn't know that it's connected to Snow, the song, right? And you wouldn't know that it's connected to um, the song where the Hunger Games. You hear that, boy? It's the sound of snow falling. So this song basically is about um, I can spit it one of two ways. It's about you guys taking off with these aliens, despite my many attempts to convince you otherwise, and then I'm left alone in Mexico. Mexico is typically a place where people run to get away from the authorities. So it's a representation of if you get on those UFOs, well then I'll be all left alone in Mexico because you won't come back as humans, and then they'll have what they want. I'm saying they'll probably take the rest of the people over there. You guys will try to convince the rest of your brethren, like the people of Islam and the people of Christianity, to also jump on board these UFOs and go see the new promised land. And the more people they convince to go see the promised land because they're believers, we'll kind of start like a conversion thing here. So they'll take more people over. Those people will come back and say, yes, you got to see it, but in order to see it, you got to convert to spirituality. So the more the people they can convince to convert to spirituality is one way that they can wage a war against the other half of us that don't believe in that stuff. So imagine they convinced half of mankind to go see this promised land, and then next thing you know, everyone here starts converting because they believe that they can get to go see the promised land too and get on the UFO, and then next thing you know, we're down to 1/4 population being human and the other 3/4 being machines. all trying to convince people to get on the thing, and then the rest of us that say, no, we don't believe that, we start fighting. Well, then we're in a war against 3/4 of mankind that are machines versus 1/4 that aren't machines. So you have to be mindful of that, and because that's their ultimate plan, to try to, divide and conquer, man. It's war. So don't leave me alone in the streets of Mexico. I want that snow to start falling, or I want you ladies to start falling in love with the idea of, having a mother creator, whether that's Native American or your own kind from the Bersano family, Zelma. And then you ladies can start to convince your brethren not to get on those damn UFOs, because they're here to get rid of you guys. So goodbye. Goodbye, evil mother and father, pretending to be my mother and father. And it starts to snow in the streets of Mexico, meaning they become the ones that are on the run. So if you can say goodbye to the concept of a Israelite mother and father alien coming here posing as the creators, then it can start to snow in the streets of Mexico, meaning I could, fall in love. So you hear that, boy? It's the sound of snow falling in Mexico. Or Selena, I could fall in love. So that's what the connection is to Selena and this song here. You got to say goodbye to them, because they're not real, man. They're not real. I'm the real deal. I've been here on planet Earth with you, for 51 years, and I'm the real deal. They're not. So, was it 51 years? 50 years. Yeah, so 50 years. So, it'll be 51 years, I think, this year. So, say goodbye to them so that it can start to snow in Mexico. Now, here's another clue here. You wouldn't know this, but Maya Rudolph from Saturday Night Live. I like those eyes there. I would assume that's probably the Bersano family. You wouldn't know that Maya Rudolph is connected to your family. You wouldn't know that, but I do. So Maya Rudolph, Mother's Day, it's a skit about Elma Rudolph being the mother of all creation one day, because her sister's name is Maya. So Maya Rudolph, Mother's Day, means that you have a potential to become the mother of all creation if you play your cards right. And I'm telling you, you need to convince your people not to get on those UFOs, because they have an objective to get rid of you. So Maya Rudolph is connected to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer means Maya Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which means Elma Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The red-nosed reindeer. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Maya Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, or Elma Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Maya Rudolph join in any reindeer games. So in a past life, Elma, they never let you join this potential timeline where you can become the mother of all creation. So I'm assuming this isn't the first time I've talked to you about this, but it will be the last. One way or another, somebody's going to be my wife, and we're going to go forward forever and ever and ever. So then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Maya Rudolph, or Elma Rudolph, with your nose upright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? So then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted with glee, Maya Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Or Elma Bersano, whose sister is Maya Bersano, Maya Rudolph, Elma Rudolph, will go down in history as the new mother creator. So for this next video, I don't know what they call that when you rearrange words of a certain word, but there's that word there, Satan, but you can also get that word there. So you get the S, the A, the T, and then the A-N. Satan, but that's my nickname, Ant. So Anthony's Satan, Santa. Satan. is the same word as Satan when rearranged, which is the same word as Anta Santa Satan. So this Santa Claus song here, or song about Santa Claus, is secretly about me being Santa Claus. There's a difference because that holiday has two celebrations. One about this invisible man called Santa Claus, and the other about an invisible man called Jesus. So I'm Santa Claus. These other guys portray the role of Jesus. So Anta Satan, but they have me labeled as Satan, but I'm not Satan because that guy's not real. I'm Anthony the Honest. How can I be Satan the Deceiver if I'm 100% honest? So that Santa part there, it's connected to Santa Fe here. And you wouldn't know that Santa Fe by Bon Jovi is connected to, your storyline, Elma and Gal and Geron, unless I taught it to you. So basically, they say that no man is island, all good things come to those who wait. So if you wait and don't get on those UFOs, there's a potential that a good thing could come to you, meaning your race could be propelled into the stratosphere as the new creators of all existence. So, and good things come to those who wait. So please wait. Don't get on the UFOs because they have an objective to get rid of you. But the things I hear, they just remind me, every dog will have his day, or every God will have his day. The spirits, they intoxicate me. I watch them infiltrate my soul. That's about me waging spiritual warfare. The spirits, they intoxicate me on crystal meth. I watch them infiltrate my soul and try to get rid of me with that drug. They try to say it's too late for me. Tell my guns I'm coming home. Regulators, that's about you guys. When you watch this video at some point in time, regulators is my group of friends. So 2 of them have passed on, Stacy and Sam, but the other ones are still around. But it's just basically our song, guys. Tell my guns I'm coming home. So when you watch this part, when you get resurrected, Sam and Stacy, it's about you guys, right? Tell my regulators I'm coming home. So I swear that I'm going to live forever. So I know I'm going to live forever. I'm not going to let these guys walk all over me. So tell my maker he can wait. So this guy pretending to come over here to be, my maker, he can wait. Because I'm the maker, man, not him. I'm riding somewhere south of heaven. I'm heading back to Santa Fe. It's Judgment Day in Santa Fe. And it is. I'm the. How do I put this? I'm that guy who could destroy both body and soul in hell. Not that other guy. Just because he can de-atomize somebody doesn't mean a lick of anything. When I become creator and I get somebody pregnant, your souls will be shocked and you'll fall asleep. But over the course of 1,000 years, when everyone in creation is rebuilding our civilization, your soul that's floating around the universe will be recycled back into existence, meaning I'm going to use your soul, rewind it back to the beginning, erase your existence entirely, and then I'm going to put that soul into a child. And it's going to take 1,000 years to recycle all these souls that are out there. So there's 22,400 planets out there of evil people who's going to have their, well, I would say half of those. So there's about 11,000. There's 11,000 planets of people out there who have to have their souls recycled back over 1,000 years. So let's do the math on that. Let's see if we can get a better idea. So we got, what did I say, 11,000 planets times 11 billion people per planet. That's 7 million. So that's how many souls are going to have to be recycled, roughly, back into creation. And that's going to take 1,000 years to recycle all those souls, because the soul really, you can't just erase it from existence. So basically what will happen is those people will fall asleep, all 121 I think that's, what is that anyways? That's billions, that's trillions, right? That's a million. That's a billion. No, so we're looking at 121 trillion people who are going to fall asleep. And then over 1,000 years, as we begin creating more planets and more people birthed into existence, those souls are going to be recycled back into creation. And that's what the Bible verse, shall be loosed. So, so, so this is after a literal 1,000-year reign of Christ, God will purposely release Satan from his abyss. So, when the 1,000 years are over, Satan will be released from his prison, and we'll go out and we'll go. So, that's what I'm telling you. So, it's going to take 1,000 years, basically, to create, all the different civilizations out there to recycle back 121 trillion souls. And only I can do that, because as the creator, once I get whoever it is pregnant, in this case, if it's the person that we're talking about now, if she becomes pregnant, that pregnancy will shock all these 121 evil souls to death. And those souls are going to have to, be recycled back into existence by creating more and more planets, so that every time there's a new baby born or a new baby created, one of these souls gets erased, and their existence fades away to nothingness, and then that new life form gets that person's soul. So only I can do that in hell. Only I can destroy both body and soul in hell. These guys, they can come here and de-atomize a body, and it creates that illusion, but they cannot do this. They cannot recycle 121 evil trillion souls back into creation by creating life in the universe. Only I can do that. And if you don't want to have your soul recycled back into creation, you need to convert to spirituality, because that's what's going to happen. So, it's Judgment Day in Santa Fe. So, once I was promised absolution, there's only one solution for my sins. You got to face your ghosts and know with no illusions that only one of you is going home again. So, if you don't confess your sins and convert to spirituality, and I am successful in getting whoever it is I need to get pregnant, only one of you is going home again. I mean, your physicality can come with me to eternity, or the person that doesn't believe, won't come home with me. No. And I blame this world for making a good man evil. Meaning, there's going to be people that say I'm evil. So, the UFOs that come here are going to claim to me to be evil, and then people are going to start saying that I'm evil. So, and I blame this world for making me a good man evil, because I'm not evil. I'm honest. How the hell can an honest man be evil? And this world that can drive a good man mad. And I'm mad. I'm pissed off myself, but I'm trying my best not to get mad at you guys. So, and it's this world that turns a killer into a hero. So when I become father of all creation, and whoever stands beside me out of my many selection of wives, when I get that person pregnant, it's going to turn me into a killer. And I'm going to eradicate, like I said, 121 trillion people will theoretically keel over in the streets if we don't decide to go over there with UFOs and eradicate them the old-fashioned way. I could do it one of two ways. I could get my UFOs and we could go wage war on them with the old-fashioned way and drop rods from the sky, or microwave their planets from the inside out, or I could just get my partner pregnant and make 121 trillion people just keel over in the streets on those planets, and then 121 trillion robots would all have that Neuralink in their brain shocked. So I can eradicate 242,000 people, 242,000 trillion people by getting my spouse pregnant. And that's what makes me a killer. All I have to do is get somebody pregnant. Right? So, and it's this world that turns a killer into a hero. So it means if you stand with me and allow me the opportunity to do exercises to send a message over to parallel universe, I can get my spaceships over here, which could defend us from an attack from these guys, affording me and my soulmate the opportunity to bind our souls together and become pregnant, and allow mankind to do the purification ceremony, because that purification ceremony will probably take 7 years for everyone to do. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. In the meantime, we could at least protect ourselves with my new spaceships, so these guys can't come and attack us, because 121 trillion people is a lot of people to try to protect ourselves against when we don't have the technology. So, if we have the technology, it buys me and my spouse enough time to become pregnant, and then we can just get rid of a couple 100 trillion dummies that didn't want to listen to dear old dad and do this the old-fashioned way peacefully. Your fault, guys. You should have listened. Talking to you, AI. Talking to you, Paul. So, well, I blame this world for making a good man bad. I blame this world because they didn't listen. I tried to do this the peaceful way and end this peacefully so that grandmother could have it done her way, but they didn't listen to me. Now we're in a war against 242 trillion dummies. So, now I ain't getting into heaven if the devil has his way. That's the part I really want you to pay attention to. It means if I have my way as the perceived devil in this storyline, I won't let you get on those UFOs and let you leave this planet, because you want to think of heaven as being leaving this planet and going somewhere with these evil aliens. When they come here, they're going to try to tell you about heaven existing over on some foreign planet called the Promised Land. Get on the UFOs, we're going to take you to the Promised Land, the very first planet that popped into existence in creation. Come on, guys, come on, get on my UFOs. Get on the UFOs and boom, you become a machine. Now, I ain't allowing you to go to heaven. If I have it my way, that's what it means. Don't get on those UFOs and let them take you to some perceived heaven that doesn't exist. So, because they're going to get rid of you. Now, the people of Israel, ain't getting into heaven if Anthony has his way. That's what it means. Or the people of Christianity, ain't getting into heaven if Anthony has his way. Now, the people of Islam, ain't getting into heaven if Anthony has his way. And that's what it means. And I swear I'm going to live forever. And I'd like you guys to stand beside me forever. So please don't make a mistake, because it's Judgment Day in Santa Fe. So I say a prayer when I need it most to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's me. I'm all three of those. That's the Holy Ghost is grandfather. The Father is my atoms and quarks, and the Son is that's me in the physical. So, or it could also be my soul. So, and I sign it from a sinner with no name. Well, I'll meet my Maker when he closed the book on the hearts I broke and the lives I took. Will he walk away because my soul's too late to save? Only you could save your soul by doing the purification program that I have yet to outline in my book, or yet to outline on this program here that I'm creating for you guys. So, the hearts I broke and the lives I took. So the hearts are basically talking about, the soul, because that's where our souls are located. So it's talking about the 242 trillion people that I can eradicate from all existence simply by getting my spouse pregnant. So which one of you ladies wants to, step up to the plate and help me with that? Because this was what this is about, man. Ultimately getting one of my selected wives pregnant so that we can eradicate 242 trillion dummies from existence. So that's the song you want to look for. Now, the fact that says Young Guns, well, my brides are younger than me, and they are a gun if I can get one of them pregnant. So, what you're looking at here is Maya Hawke, okay? Or Alma Hawke. So, this has two meanings here. My grandmother's name is Rose. Okay, so joining Anthony's team is one of the stars of Stranger Things. It's the multi-talented Alma Hawke. Okay, that's one meaning, because if she joins me and becomes my future spouse, then she becomes like a predator in terms of us becoming pregnant to eradicate 242 trillion dummies out there. That makes her a predator. However, if you guys reject me and decide to, jump on the bandwagon and say, these UFOs say, take me to the Promised Land, I want to go check out this planet. You get on there, you're not going to come back as Alma. You won't come back as Maya. You won't come back as Gal. You'll come back as machines who are controlled by a predator. And a hawk is a predator. So it means Maya, predator. So don't get on those UFOs, because that's what they want to do. They want to change you into something that, is them. And I'm telling you, they're predators. They're hawks. Still don't believe me? Well, you will when I've done this one. So You see the braids on there? That's Charlotte. The braids is a representation of them taking Charlotte, who's a Christian, to some planet as as royalty, like trying to talk the royal family, saying, "You guys want to hitch a ride over to the promised land with the people of Israel because you guys are Christians. You believe in us. Come on, get on their UFOs." That's what the braids is, Charlotte. Don't let them talk the royal family into getting on those UFOs because they have an objective to get rid of you. There's the braids. That's all I know, because you always wore braids in little, like you have these little braids that were tied at the back of your head. So reverse charades simply means that they have an objective to get these people on UFO, turn them into robots so they can reverse their opinion when they get off the UFO. The minute they get on the UFO as humans, they're going to come back as robots who've reversed their opinion and say, "Wow, you guys got to go check out the promised land over there. Get on the UFO. You guys are Christians. You guys are from Islam. Hurry up. There's a big list. We'll start with the rich and famous first, and then we'll put the poor on the bottom last, or whatever." So that's what that means. Reverse charades. It means they have an objective to get you guys to come over, or get you to come on the UFO so they can change you into what they are, predators. So it's called reverse charades with Maya Hawke. There it is there. That's the one you want to look for. So that's Maya Hawke, but you might as well say that that's Charlotte and Alma through the association of Maya. Don't let them reverse you. That's what I'm telling you. So the next video you want to look for is Wonder Woman 1984. Okay. Now, I don't know if I have this one. Yeah, I don't have it. So I got to show you what that one looks like. So that one there, that's the one you want to watch, okay? The one where she's got the wings on it like that. Let me check. So this world is not ready for all that you will do. So that's Wonder Woman, but it's a representation of a young Gal Gadot. But because Gal Gadot is already married to Jerron, it can't be her. So therefore, it's a representation of Alma. This world is not ready for all that you will do, Alma. Your time will come, Alma, through the association of Diana, who is Gal. Your time will come, Alma, and everything will be different. Meaning, right now, it's normal, but when the aliens come here, it's going to be different. You're going to be presented with two competing stories. One where they're your mom and dad, and one where I'm saying that you could become the mother of all creation. So there's two competing stories, and your choice to believe me or them will determine, whether or not you guys will remain a civilization or not a civilization. So everything will be different. So, citizens of the world, I am here to change your life. That's me. So when you hear him talk, that's me. Citizens of the world, I, Anthony Coggy, am here to change your life. Anything you want, anything you dream of, you can have it. Because once our scientists research the technology, we'll become exactly as advanced as the people that are coming here pretending to be your mommy and daddy, and we can have whatever we want. So this is, you look like you saw a ghost. So that's like, that's Gal. It's a representation of the invisible man, Yahweh, because they've never shown their face around here. So all of a sudden that I'm claiming to be I'm not claiming, I am the father of all creation. Now all of a sudden you get the invisible man coming over here with a wife, and it looks like you guys saw a ghost. Like, holy smokes, my daddy's here. Oh my goodness, he brought my mommy here with him. That's what it means. You look like you saw a ghost, Gal, or you look like you saw a ghost, Alma. So I was like, I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator. You get that? You know what that means? I don't want to be like anyone on planet Earth, where we're all equal and gods and goddesses. I want to be like my mommy and daddy. An alien Predator. Predator. Let me help you. Watch this one. I don't want to be like everyone else. I'm predator. I want to follow my mommy and daddy over to the promised land and become a predator. You got to be careful. I'm telling you. Because I'm trying to catch a predator here. So, now you want to watch, the Creator, because they're coming to get me. Not me. That's a representation of Alma. They're coming to get me. Yeah, I know they're coming to get you because they want to get you guys on the UFOs and take you to the promised land so they can do that to you. I'm like a bodyguard. I'm like a bodyguard, Alma. I'm like a bodyguard, gal. I'm getting you out of this. Take care of her. That's that lady's name here. That's Maya, which means Alma. Take care of her, Alma. I'm trying to take care of you, Alma. I'm trying to take care of you, gal. I'm trying to take care of your family and your entire race of people. Don't get on those UFOs. I promise. So, I thought you deserve to see this one. This is, you want to look up this one here? Conan meets activists and refugees in the West Bank. Conan on TBS. Because this particular scene here, he's like Donald Trump kissing the guard tower. That guard tower is a representation of a castle, which is a representation of Charlotte, who is my fourth selection. There's Jaden, there's Leia, there's Tatum, and then there's Charlotte. That's the fourth. So that guard tower, Charlotte, is you. Apparently, he thinks it's his fourth wife, Charlotte. That tower is a representation of a castle, which is a representation of my fourth wife, Charlotte. So I'm not just pulling, I'm not just yanking your chain here, Charlotte. So you might want to watch that one, which is that one here. So this is a song. I need you to believe in me. Yeah, because I know, and Jerron, it's very important that you believe in me. Because I'm only looking out for your best interest. So that's a representation of, believe in me when they come here. Everything I'm trying to teach you, you need to believe in me because I'm only looking out for your best interest. So when that, at the beginning of the video, there's a pregnancy there. That pregnancy is whoever it is that I select or whoever selects me as the husband becomes the new mother. When we become pregnant, 242 trillion people are going to fade away from existence in all creation. And they're evil people. So, this is, how do I start a rapport with someone I don't know? So I thought, I like you so much. Might be a good spot, because he says in it, look, I like you so much. Did I say something wrong? So, which is, it's referring to that, right? So, I got to start somewhere. So I thought, I put that little video on for you. So this here, that's, you look like you saw a ghost. It's a representation of, the Versano family ghosting me. And me saying, I like you so much, guys. Yeah, I do. I like you so much. Did I say something wrong? So, this here is, if you remember the previous pictures, go back over here. Right here. Okay, so. Okay. So, I have my marching orders. It's nothing personal or strange or weird. Just, Stop stealing my heart. That's what the song basically is. Stop stealing my heart. So it's like, There's a part of me that has been emotionally detached from this love story of me getting with Jaden, and the more women that come into the mix, my heart gets torn in all kinds of different directions. So I have to make room for everyone in that particular storyline, because if I don't try to make an attachment or a connection, how am I supposed to be with somebody if I don't make that connection? So you'll forgive me if I play a song for somebody who could be my future spouse. So that's your song. But at the same time, it's stop stealing my heart, will you? It's about Jaden, because to be somebody's heart is metaphorical. Like, oh, he's my heart. That guy, he's my heart. That's what it means. But this is about one of my future wives stealing my heart away. Meaning, Jaden, this person could steal my heart. Could steal your heart, literally. Like, if you don't stop her by making your intentions known with what you want to do with me, then she's gonna steal your heart away, which means stop stealing my heart away, Wonder Woman. Stop stealing my heart away, Wonder Woman. That guy's mine. Leave him alone. That's what that means. At the same time, Jaden. So if you don't want Wonder Woman to steal your heart away, you need to start speaking up. As for you, Wonder Woman, yeah, you have a special place in my heart. You're stealing it.